If you'd prefer confronting a grizzly over visiting a packed venue, congratulations. Your mind just protected you from a mental catastrophe that most individuals are too preoccupied to recognize. And no, you're not defective. You're simply perceiving something everyone else overlooks completely. Imagine this. It's weekend evening. Your device vibrates. Hey, we're gathering at that Fresh City location. Totally crowded. But the atmosphere is incredible, and instantly, your spirit exits your physical form. Not because you despise enjoyment, but because your mind just computed the price of that atmosphere and concluded financial ruin isn't justified. You're not damaged. You're not dull. And you're certainly not the issue. Your mental processing is simply executing strategic thinking while everyone else is executing basic moves. Let me explain what's genuinely occurring in that magnificent complex mind of yours. Number one, your mind has absolutely no relaxation mode. And that's genuinely brilliant. Most individuals' minds arrive with spam filtering. Enter a crowd, their mind erases 90% of the stimulation. Disregard that person's chuckle. Disregard the unstable illumination. Disregard the 17 dialogues occurring simultaneously. Your mind, it's capturing everything, documenting, evaluating, comparing notes. Researchers label this sensory processing sensitivity, sophisticated terminology for your mind, is that companion who observes everything and retains everything and never releases anything. Every occasion somebody adjusts their posture, every subtle expression that appears across an unknown person's features, every pitch modification in the ambient sound, you're evaluating it all concurrently. It's like everyone else is viewing existence in standard definition, and you're trapped with an ultra-high-definition theatrical experience you never requested. Investigation demonstrates that roughly 20% of the population possesses this elevated sensitivity, which indicates 1 in 5 individuals is navigating around with their nervous mechanism permanently configured to detect literally everything or perish attempting. And here's what creates it even more intense. Your mind doesn't simply gather this data. It archives it, organizes it, and consults it subsequently. That arbitrary encounter from 3 weeks prior that nobody else recalls. Your mind categorized it under potentially significant and continues retrieving it for examination. It's not excessive analysis. It's your neural system executing precisely what it was engineered to accomplish. Interpret intricate patterns others overlook entirely. Here's the remarkable element. This characteristic maintained humans surviving for thousands of years. While the outgoing individuals were socializing around the fire, your predecessors were the individuals who detected the threat approaching, who identified the toxic vegetation, who perceived danger before it materialized. You're not excessive. You're precisely what survival required. But contemporary civilization? Yeah. It wasn't constructed for individuals who genuinely observe. Number 2, you're not antisocial, you're anti-pretense. Let's clarify one matter. You don't despise individuals. You despise the theater. In crowds, everyone's displaying a facade. The I'm enjoying myself tremendously facade. The I'm absolutely attentive facade. The I'm fine, everything's acceptable facade, while their eye is genuinely spasming. And you can perceive through every single one. It's draining, not because you're critical, but because your mind is continuously interpreting the genuine dialogue occurring beneath the vocabulary, the physical signals, the atmosphere, the reality. Nobody's articulating audibly. Researchers term this high perceptual sensitivity. Your emotional detection is so precisely calibrated, you're essentially a human authenticity detector who didn't request the responsibility. One investigation from Cambridge University revealed that individuals who favor solitude score substantially elevated in emotional intelligence than their crowd enthusiast equivalents. Translation: you're not socially inadequate. You're socially refined. You simply refuse to participate in performance. You'd prefer having one authentic dialogue at 3 a.m. than attending 50 networking gatherings where everyone's presenting their curated version. And honestly, that's not a deficiency. That's authenticity. The difficulty isn't that you cannot execute superficial conversation. It's that your mind experiences it like consuming cardboard, while everyone else behaves like it's gourmet cuisine. Your nervous mechanism desires substance, profundity, genuine attachment. And when compelled to participate in surface exchanges, it's like requesting a philosopher to become enthusiastic about analyzing meteorology. You're capable of it, certainly, but at what expense? Number 3, your dopamine mechanism stated, "No thanks, I'm satisfied." Here's where your mind becomes genuinely intriguing. Dopamine, the mind's gratification substance, operates completely distinctly for you. When extroverted individuals enter a celebration, their minds orchestrate a dopamine celebration. Pyrotechnics, streamers, the complete production. Your mind, silence. Instead of dopamine, your mechanism operates on acetylcholine, a completely distinct neurotransmitter that compensates contemplation, profound concentration, and anticipate it, being solitary. It's not that social circumstances don't compensate you, it's that your mind genuinely obtains its satisfaction from alternative sources, consuming literature at midnight, executing a solitary stroll where nobody interrogates you, occupying a peaceful space, simply contemplating. While extroverted individuals require external activation to experience vitality, you require internal territory to activate your complete operational capacity. Brain researchers discovered that introverted minds genuinely possess denser gray substance in the prefrontal cortex, the region responsible for sophisticated reasoning and strategizing. So when you're executing nothing, your mind is genuinely executing everything, evaluating, linking, generating. You're not squandering time. You're constructing orchestrations in your consciousness while everyone else is experiencing background melodies. That's not peculiar. That's evolutionary genius. Number 4, you're essentially an emotional wireless receiver. Ever enter a location and instantly recognize something's incorrect, even when everyone's grinning? That's because your mind possesses what researchers term mirror neurons on enhancement. You don't simply notice emotions, you absorb them. Invest an hour in a crowd, and you're not simply regulating your personal feelings. You're unintentionally absorbing everyone else's emotional tension, nervousness, enthusiasm, and disorder, like some variety of emotional absorber nobody requested to become. It's mental overload. Your nervous mechanism is attempting to evaluate 300 individuals' emotional information while simultaneously remembering to respire. No surprise you require 3 business days to recuperate from a 2-hour gathering. But here's the advantage element. This creates you one of the most emotionally perceptive individuals in any location. You comprehend implications. You interpret between the statements. You detect what individuals require before they articulate it. Most individuals barely comprehend their personal emotions. You're out here comprehending everyone's emotions. That's not a burden. That's a capability most individuals would collapse under. And finally, number 5, you're not escaping from existence. You're pursuing toward yourself. Civilization has this peculiar fixation with equating occupied and noisy with accomplished and content. If you're not at every gathering, publishing every instance, surrounding yourself with individuals constantly, you're somehow unsuccessful at existence. But here's what they don't comprehend. You discovered what most individuals invest decades evading. Silence isn't vacant. It's where understanding resides. Solitude isn't abandonment. It's where you genuinely encounter yourself. You're not lacking experiences. You're declining participation in a framework that was never constructed for individuals who contemplate profoundly, experience profoundly, and observe profoundly. You comprehend something significant. The most peaceful locations frequently contain the most powerful realities. Your tranquility isn't seclusion, it's emancipation. So the following occasion somebody inquires, "Why don't you socialize more?" Simply remember, they're questioning why you don't deplete yourself to conform into locations that were never engineered for minds like yours. You're not damaged. You're not tedious. You're not antisocial. You're simply constructed for profundity in a civilization fixated with commotion. And honestly, that's precisely what creates you captivating. So tell me, are you team crowds energize me? Or team I'd prefer befriending a succulent? Share it in the responses. Let's locate our community. If this connected, hit subscribe and select this following video on display. It explores another introvert characteristic most individuals misinterpret and will feel uncomfortably precise.